Hey, what's up everybody? So, to continue on with the remakes of my Chroma builds, so far I have shown you guys my up-to-date ice and electric chromas. Now it's time for the Fire Tank Chroma. This is not an effigy build, it's about having high health and soaking up as much damage as possible. If I was to build for effigy, it would be just for the credit farming because of the bonus credits from kills that you get with the effigy, but since I have over 40 million credits right now, I don't think that I really need to build or run for effigy at all. If you felt like it, you could also mod your Fire Chroma for minus duration or negative duration for a quick heal Chroma from his elemental ward, because it heals you when activated. So you could do that and just have a really small duration so as you can pop up a little bit of health every now and then, but that is entirely up to you. Elemental Ward with a Fire Chroma will increase your base health by a nice amount and have you dealing fire damage in a base radius of 5 meters to any enemy that gets caught inside that radius, but the damage is quite low, so its range is terrible as well. Even when you mod it for range, it's pretty bad, which means buffing your teammates can get pretty annoying. It kind of makes stacking on top of one another in a mission the only real option, unless you're running with the Elemental Ward, the augment for that instead. Now the range is something I really wish that Digital Extremes could maybe rework or increase to have Chroma as more of a support tank, which I believe is what he was supposed to be in the first place, to help buff your teammates depending on whatever elemental you're running as. Because right now he's pretty much just a solo mode Warframe for me and a lot of players in the community. As you can see in the footage, with a Fire Chroma with the right amount of power strength, my health pool is sitting at just over 1200 health, and my Cavat has just over 2000 health with my Elemental Ward active. So I have a lot of room for soaking up damage and basically face tanking tons of bullets with no real worry about myself being put down. It also makes running a Fire Chroma as a melee tank pretty damn enjoyable if you wanted to run with sword only, and because your Vex Armor Fury buff is giving you insane damage boost, it allows you to run with any mid to high tier weapon and still deal substantial amounts of damage. Add in a Criticat Cavat or a Smita Cavat into the equation and it will give you a nice crit damage buff and just adds to the whole setup with your Fire Tank Chroma. Now activating Elemental Ward will increase both your maximum health and your current health by a fixed amount, but when your ward wears off, your health cap will return to normal, but the health that you gained once you activate it will remain. So it is a heal as well if you find yourself low on health and you're not running Elemental Ward at the time, which is why I mentioned earlier that you could run with negative duration if you just wanted to pop some small heals for yourself or your teammates. Increasing your power strength will of course also increase your health boost and the damage dealt by your Elemental Ward, the fire aura that comes from it. With Vex Armor active, once you lose that 100 health, your Fury buff, which is your damage increase buff, will be at max damage for your build. So you hit max buff and start hitting high damage numbers pretty fast once the ability has been activated. So as of right now, this is my current Fire Tank Chroma build, not effigy, and it's not a negative duration one either. Like I say in all my videos, mod how you want to mod, play the game that you want to play. I might have mods that you don't have, I have primed ones, so if you don't have those, use the normal ones. You could feel free to switch in a rage mod for more energy regen if you find yourself having energy issues, or a quick thinking mod in to suit your own playstyle to have more effective health points. Again, it's all entirely up to you. As you can see, my range is quite low and so is my efficiency, which is fine for me because I have a max energy regen from my Zenuric and energy issues don't really affect me with this build. Since the base range is pretty bad as well, I wouldn't feel right putting in a range mod in over a duration mod or a strength mod. I'd much prefer to have more of a damage increase than I would have more range, but again, you could if you prefer to, entirely up to you. My buffs are also 60 seconds long, which gives me plenty of time to resupply energy and have enough for when I need to recast those buffs. And my aura is also a personal preference. I run Ice Chroma 90% of the time for solo runs when I fancy just having a bit of a break and playing by myself. So I prefer the health regen over corrosive projection or energy siphon on my Chroma because I play him solo a lot. So that is my Fire Chroma right now. Let me know in the comment section below which way you run your Chroma, whether you prefer an ice tank, an electric tank, a fire tank, or even if you just prefer running with a toxic Chroma for that reload speed. It's always nice to see which way you guys prefer to run the pretty Pwincess Chroma. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you don't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.